What's good, family? Chapter 144 of Gachiakuta just dropped, and the name of this chapter is called Simple. And I think that's a perfect description for this chapter because not a whole lot happened in this chapter compared to the last chapter. As a matter of fact, I could actually say only one thing happened in this chapter, but that one thing was crazy. We got to see RUDO'S new vital instruments, and wow. It did not disappoint. He went crazy for that. I gotta break it down for y'all. So let's not waste any time and jump right into this chapter. We start off this chapter with a conversation between Rudo and August. And this conversation is before the doll festival happened, as Rudo opens a bag and he sees a mask. He initially thinks that mask is a dog, but August explains that no, it's actually a wolf, and wolves are extinct in the world of Gachiakuta. I like this little bit of detail. You guys might not remember, but in chapter 94 of Gachiakuta, we actually got to see the first type of animals in the whole series, and that was ground horses. But those ground horses, they are not regular horses. They were obviously mutated. They're not like regular horses that we have in the real world. And this chapter actually kind of sheds a bit more light that most of the animals that we have in the real world, they're extinct in the world of Gachiakuta. So it's a nice little bit of detail, but I like it. It adds more lore and context to the world. And I'm a huge sucker for lore, so I'm always down for that. So I really like that touch. Urana Sensei was cooking with that one. But August basically explains that the mask he made that when he was very young. I think when he was like 12 or 13. But it actually got messed up. A bunch of bullies roughed up the mask, so the only part of the mask that is actually there is the top. That's why it doesn't have a lower jaw or anything under. August then goes into this long soliloquy where he explains every single item that Rudo is currently wearing right now for the doll festival. He starts off and explains that the jacket Rudo is wearing is made from the first fabric he cut. He couldn't throw them out, so he's kept them for over a decade. He continues and explains that the boots, he tried adding drips from the metals he melted to attach studs onto the boots, but the boots became super heavy because of that. Because of that now, he always remembers how weight reduction is very important for any outfits or anything that he tries to make. Basically, everything that Rudo is wearing right now, it's tailored exactly and perfectly for him. Rudo then questions that if this outfit contains a lot of things from August's past that he's loved and cared about, is he actually comfortable with Rudo wearing it? That he doesn't feel so comfortable with that. Ishia then explains that nah, it's actually the opposite, that August actually wants him to wear all of those stuff because August knows that Rudo is the type of person that can find words in anything that he has a hold of. He finds words in just about anything he's ever come across. And that's the very reason why August used all of his prized possessions to make an artist for Rudo, because he technically wants Rudo to find love and worth in all of the stuff he treasures the most. I don't know, we get a crude joke where he's like, I also gave Rudo my first underwear where I'm not gonna repeat it, but yeah, a crude joke. I don't know why that was there, but I just want to point that out. August then explains that if something bad happens, he should feel comfortable knowing he has something to turn into a weapon. The weapon being the outfits that he made for him. So August then gives Rudo permission that worst case scenario, you can use the stuff you're wearing right now and create a weapon out of it. And he basically says, if I know you use them with love and care, then they'll go out with a bang. I like this because August is basically saying all my prized possession and everything I love, I want to see them fully realized in their potential. Because that's what Rudo does. He takes something and he brings out their potential to the fullest and utilizes it in that way. We then get a sick double page spread panel of Rudo and his new outfits. But it's actually a twist. He didn't transform the whole outfit. What he transformed currently is the boots. And the boots, they look sick as hell. They look really dope. They look nice. They basically look like a werewolf's feet, but like boots. I don't know, they kind of look like that alien from Ben 10. I don't even know, is it Steppenwolf or whatever? But the way them werewolves, their feet is, that's how it kind of looks. And I like it. It looks dope. It looks nice as hell. Maimo then says something funny, which I actually said too, because I made a post about this, and I was like, Rudo is technically wearing trash right now, if you think about it. I ain't gonna put it out like that, because August is obviously gonna be mad. It's like not trash, it's his prized and low possessions, but he is technically in a way wearing trash right now. Rudo interjects that nah, I'm not wearing trash, and yeah, he actually is not wearing trash, I guess. But he then tells Maimo that all of this stuff he's wearing right now, they are all valuable and prized possessions that someone has loved and cared about. Obviously, it's August valued and prized possessions. Maimo then makes the same mistake that I know a lot of you people are currently making too. Rudo's ability is not to turn trash into weapons or anything like that. No, Rudo's abilities is to bring the full potential of anything he touches. It's not just trash or anything like that. It might seem like trash because he's always carrying trash about, but no, he draws the full potential of whatever item he touches with his 3R gloves. Maimo and y'all are no different. Because I know you guys, just like Maimo, thought that was what RUDO'S abilities is, but nah, it's not that. Don't be like Maimo. Don't make the same mistake Maimo is making. Come on, bro. I know you're better than that. You're better than that. And if you guys forgot, from the early part of the series, the more loved and cared about that item is, the more power that RUDO will be able to draw from that specific thing he turns into a vital instrument. That's why Grace's Lucky Charm was so powerful. So yeah, I expected the boots to be extremely powerful too. We then see RUDO kind of charge up the boots, and yeah, he just crashes into a wall like psh, and I was like, what the hell? Like, what the fuck went on? Like, what's going on right now? And RUDO says that, nah, too fast. And mine was confused too, and I'm confused too when I saw this. I was like, what the hell's going on? But it turns out that RUDO, he basically took August's story about how the boots, it was a huge lesson for him for weight reduction, and applied that weight reduction to the boots he's currently wearing. So right now he technically has like super speed because the boots are allowing him to move at insanely fast levels, like, to the point that people can't even react to him. Like, nobody can see him. Like, that's a very, very cool use of the abilities of the boots. Like, RUDO is super creative. Do you guys want to know why the 3R gloves are so effective with RUDO? Because he's very creative, he's very imaginative. He thinks of the best ways to use whatever he touches with the gloves. If they were with someone that wasn't as imaginative or doesn't put a lot of thoughts into things, they don't seem as broken as you think they are right now. It's because they are with RUDO that they seem super broken. Maimo then points out that you went too simple. What's the point of increasing the speed? That the Adoroi brothers and their vital instrument will just be able to swat you around like a fly. And that's what happens. They try to swat RUDO around like a fly, but if you guys have tried to kill a fly, you know you can barely kill them. Them motherfuckers are fast as hell and annoying as hell. And that's basically what happens right now. RUDO is like just dodging and weaving through them. He's like, hey, nah, y'all can't touch me. Ooh, hey. Like, he's just moving. Like, he's like weaving through all of their attacks. And I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty cool. Like, he's fast as fuck with these boots. Before I move on though, I want to ask you a question. Why would you guys rank these boots in terms of stuff that RUDO has turned into a vital instrument? If I had to rank it, me personally, I think I might have it like 5 or 6. They're pretty cool, they're really effective, but I just think we've seen better things so far. Like Grace's Lucky Charm, the nail gun that he used in the Trash Storm arc, the box that he turned into a mimic in the Information Broker arc. Even when he used the pen and he created that giant drawing, I thought that was super cool, like super cool. So yeah, 5. That's what I said, 5. I'll have it like 5. The boots, the design is cool, it's crazy, it's good, but I think there are obviously better things that RUDO has turned into vital instruments in the series beforehand. But I still think this one's a pretty cool. But what do you think? What would you rank these boots in terms of things that RUDO has turned into vital instruments? Also, I gotta say something. This kind of bleeds into like last chapter, because you know Maimo was saying he wants to see RUDO turn something into a vital instrument. Like, he wants it big, he wants it fancy, he wants it flashy. But in this chapter, RUDO actually went the opposite route. It was actually something simple. It wasn't anything too crazy. So he's actually shitting on Maimo. He was like, bruh, I just finna beat you, and I'm gonna do what I want by doing the exact opposite of what you want to see, and that's creating something simple with the boots. And yeah, we just see that RUDO is basically able to follow Maimo's plan, because he's able to take away the chokers from the Adoroi brothers' neck. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's moving so fast with the boots that people can't even like percept. Like, there's no perception. Like, he's just moving so fast, like he's blitzing people. So damn, like, how fast is he moving? But sadly, that's the end of the chapter. I don't know, this chapter has just been feeling like so short and so slow, like damn. But RUDO has a cold line at the end of the chapter. He told Maimo, it was like, your rule, it only works through the chokers. It's that simple. Which ties into the title of the chapter, simple. And I'm like, okay, Runner Sensei, you doing your thing. You telling like that's simple, that's simple. I fuck with that, So yeah, I think that was pretty cool. But like I said, that's the end of the chapter. Not a whole lot happened in this chapter, only one thing happened in this chapter. For me though, I think I'm gonna give this chapter, I think a 7.5. I don't know, I was just really hyped to see what RUDO was going to transform to. And the boots, don't get me wrong, they're impressive. They're pretty cool. I like the design, but I don't know. I kind of gaslit myself into thinking it was going to be the whole outfit. So when I read this chapter for the first time and it wasn't the whole outfit, I was kind of disappointed. I was like, damn, I thought it was going to be the whole outfit. But after I read chapters a couple of times, you know, went through my thoughts and everything, I was like, okay, it's cool. It's the boots, plus the whole concept of everything is to be simple with it. So I was like, okay, I get it, I dig it. But aside from that too, I don't think a whole lot happened in this chapter. The first half of it was August flashback. That's cool, but we ain't really gonna care about that like 5 chapters from now. And yeah, RUDO, he did flex out, he did have a cool display here, but yeah, we gotta keep things moving. But Honestly, I'm kind of worried now again because Maimu, his back is against the wall. He just lost his biggest tools, the Adoroy brothers, and now they're going to be working with the cleaners. So how is Maimu going to find himself out of this situation? Hey, we're going to see. I think he needs something desperately to help him, or else he's going to be... Also, at this point, so I'm kind of wondering what the hell guys are gonna do. They're obviously in the city that's hosting the Doll Festival, but they're not even wearing their chokers, so they can't help Maimo. But obviously, they're gonna play a huge role in this arc because they're here, so I want to see what they do. It's interesting to see how things will play out. I think this is a cool chapter, like I said, a nice chapter. No Gachiakuta episode came out this week, so I can't really talk about anything. But the new episode is coming out this Sunday. Hopefully, they cook with that. As you know, new video is gonna be out this Saturday. I got a banger for y'all, so y'all definitely want to be subscribed for that. Make sure to subscribe, check that out. That's all for me, boys. Peace. Love y'all, boys.